Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe my channel. Wait, rewind. Did you hear about the moment Carey got real with the audience on The Price is Right? It's not every day you see a host step out of their usual upbeat persona to call out the crowd. But that's exactly what happened. And it was all because of one contestant, a guy named Brian, who was just trying to win big. Let's be honest, we all love watching someone win a car on The Price is Right. The confetti, the screaming, the sheer joy. It's what makes the show so iconic. But what happens when the audience isn't feeling it? That's what Drew had to deal with recently, and he didn't hold back. The game everyone loves to hate, Switcheroo. You've probably seen it a million times. The game Switcheroo has been a Price is Right staple for decades. The premise is simple. A contestant has to fill in the missing numbers for a few small prizes and, of course, a new car. You get 30 seconds to lock in your numbers, and every correct price you get wins you the prize. Sounds easy enough, right? But for some reason, fans are getting tired of it. It seems the classic status might be wearing thin, with many viewers feeling the game is just too difficult, or perhaps a little boring to watch. So when Brian came up to play, the crowd was already on edge. Brian was playing for a pretty sweet haul: a new iron, a massager, a pillow, an ice scraper, and, you guessed it, a brand new car. The stakes were high, but Brian seemed a little slow. Now, we've all been there. The pressure of being on national television with millions of people watching can make anyone's mind go blank. But Brian wasn't playing with the usual frantic energy we're used to seeing. He was taking his time, carefully considering each number. And the audience, well, they weren't having it. The applause was thin, and the energy in the studio was noticeably low. Drew, being the kind and observant host he is, picked up on the vibe immediately. He even made a little joke about Brian's pace, trying to lighten the mood, but it wasn't enough to get the crowd on board. The climax, a tense twist. The tension was palpable as Brian got to the end of his 30 seconds. He had managed to get 2 numbers right, but then, in a moment of panic, he decided to switch them. Yikes. It was a move that seemed to seal his fate. He ended up with only 1 correct number. The audience's disappointment was clear. You could almost feel the collective groan from everyone watching. But here's the twist that proves you should never give up. That 1 correct number Brian got right, it was the price for the car. That's right. Despite the slow start, the audience's disapproval, and the last-minute fumble, Brian walked away with the grand prize. The irony was thick. The crowd that had been so unsupportive just moments before was now watching him win the biggest prize of the day. And this is where Carey had his moment. Seeing the outcome, he seemed to have a message for the crowd. He called them out, not in a mean way, but in a firm, direct way. He was basically saying, "Look, this guy just won a car and you were giving him a hard time." It was a powerful moment that reminded everyone that being a contestant is hard, and no matter how they play, they deserve some respect. What about you? Are you a fan of Switcheroo, or do you think it's time for the game to be retired? Have you ever seen a contestant who you thought was going to lose, only to have them win it all? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. We'd love to hear your take on this wild moment.